Welcome to the wonderful and dreary world of GreedFall, where you play as a user-created character in a fantastical version of the 17th century. Throughout your adventure, you'll explore a remote island, chat with natives, and grow your influence as you attempt to cure a mysterious illness. The skills, attributes, and abilities your character has are yours to choose. But if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by it all, we're here to help you get off to a good start. Here are 7 tips to hit the ground running in GreedFall. Number 1. Talents act as skill checks. Like most role-playing games, GreedFall has its fair share of skill trees. When you start your adventure, you will need to pick a talent. These include charisma, science, intuition, vigor, craftsmanship, and lockpicking. These essentially act as skill checks. As you level up, you will be able to invest in each of these trees. However, keep in mind that you will only have 1 talent point to spend at the beginning. This means there are certain options and areas you will be locked out of in the beginning of GreedFall. For example, the owner of a bar wants you to fix his furniture or give him money to repair it based on what your cousin has done. If you do not have craftsmanship level 1, then you can't really repair them despite being allowed to pick that option. You can reset your points with memory crystals, but you won't have a ton of those in the beginning. Keep these things in mind when deciding which talents you choose. Number 2. Focus on lockpicking. While all of these talents are useful, we found that there are a lot of locked doors and chests in the first area of the City of Serene. And because you won't be able to return to Serene after the tutorial, you probably won't want to miss out on the extra items and loot hidden in locked chests. There are also some runes you happen upon rather early in the game, and you're required to open 3 chests to continue through them, so if you don't have the lockpicking skill or some spare keys, then you'll have to backtrack or reset your talents. Focus on the pistol too. Swords are cool, but in GreedFall, the pistol is way better. Pistols can do a ton of damage to enemy armor and can knock foes back. Pistols are also useful against enemy beasts you'll encounter. Swords don't do nearly as much damage, and sometimes they can't even penetrate enemy armor. You can buy pistol ammo from merchants, so make sure you're stocked up. I'd also recommend leveling up the pistol skill sooner rather than later. Number 4. Don't discredit your teammates. In some games, your teammates suck and don't do much for you. However, in GreedFall, I'd argue your teammates can sometimes be better than you. I've been in situations where my team and I have been ambushed by 4 to 5 monsters, and my teammates took care of the majority of them. Keep this in mind when deciding who you want on your team and how you want to build your relationship with them. You'll be able to check their skills, attributes, and other details about them before picking them too. Just a heads up that you can only have 2 people on your party at a time, so pick wisely. Number 5. Look for campsites. The island of Tirfredi is massive, and it can take a while to get from point A to point B. Fortunately, there is fast travel. As you explore the world, keep an eye out for campsites. These act as hubs that let you swap out your gear, rest, and of course, fast travel. When you first land in Tirfredi, you'll get a quest that will ask you to map the island by finding campsites and other points of interest. This is a good way to track how many campsites are in each area. Keep in mind that you can't fast travel at any time, you need to be at a camp or a globe. Number 6. Loyalty missions. Taken right out of a BioWare game, GreedFall features loyalty missions. These are personal quests designed specifically around one of your teammates. Upon completing one of these quests, your bond with that teammate will increase. You'll want to keep these bonds high because if you piss off a friend too much, they might abandon your crew altogether, so make sure to check on your teammates often. Number 7. Fury and Tactical Pause. Combat can be tough in GreedFall, especially if you're under-leveled. However, there are some techniques and strategies you'll want to know. First, pay attention to your Fury meter. As you cast spells, attack, and counter, you will build Fury. You can then unleash your Fury by pulling right trigger. This move deals a significant amount of damage and can knock your enemies off balance. GreedFall also has something called Tactical Pause. This allows you to pause combat and let you pick your next move. You probably won't need to use this all that often, but we found it useful during the trickier fights. If you need to heal or pick the right spell, use Tactical Pause. Hopefully these tips helped you get started on your journey through Tirfredi. Are there any other tips you thought of that might help out fellow travelers? Leave them in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.